Hey there folks, and welcome back to Space Engineers. We're back at our home base, and I have been busy making parts for what we are going to do this episode. Let's just close that and take a look. And in these cargo containers, specifically this one, we have a whole bunch of parts. A lot of reactor components, a lot of thrust components, a lot of metal plates, computers, interior plates, and construction components, pretty much anything that we need to make a large ship. So the idea for what we're going to do this episode is we are going to build a large, I guess you could call it a transport slash salvage ship. So the idea is that anything that we mine and refine over there, we can bring over to our home base to assemble. And it'll also have the additional functionality of having some landing gear on it so that we can dock to these ships that are spawning in. We can land on them, clamp to them, and then we can salvage the components that we want. The main things that we're going to be taking from ships are usually, well, say we found this ship and we clamp to it. I would probably go for the engines and the reactors first. The armor, not so much, because steel plate is easy to make and we have a lot of it. But all the other components, some of them, they're pretty hard to make and require some pretty rare resources, so those would be useful to salvage, like thrust components, gravity generator components, that sort of thing. We also have more stuff in here because I've been making stuff with this assembler as well. Also, as some people pointed out, there is an additional mining port on the back of these mining drills, so I decided to put a conveyor here and a tube there and replace what was a what are they called? Conveyor tube with a conveyor, and now all of the drills are connected to these medium cargo containers. So these three drills, as we look, this one, and this one are connected to that particular cargo container, and this one, and this one are connected to this cargo container. And here you go, you can see it from the front view. We have the conveyors and they move them back, and there's that little conveyor tube, and they all move it back to these containers. So that's that. But we are going to be making a large cargo, large cargo ship and salvage ship, so we're going to be needing some parts for that. To start off, we'll be using steel plate, obviously. So we'll take 500 should be fine. We're gonna finish building everything in a time-lapse sequence, so we're not gonna take everything that we need with us because we simply can't carry everything that we need. We're gonna need some girders because we are going to put a open cockpit on this, or a glass cockpit rather. We'll take 100 girders. We'll take some interior plate. We're gonna need that for the large cargo containers we're gonna put on it. Let's take just 50, will be fine. We'll also need some construction components. 40 should be fine. Probably use some more large steel tubes, but I think we have more large steel tubes back at our home base. Also, we're gonna have to find a place to build this because I don't want it floating off, so what I might do is I might clamp it to our mining transport for the time being. Where to put it? I've got an idea. Alright, let's see here. We are going to want one large reactor. We're going to have big thrusters as well as small thrusters. We're going to have gyroscopes, just light armor blocks. It's not going to be a military ship, so we won't be needing heavy armor blocks. And we will be needing landing gear. Well, we'll save the landing gear for a little bit. What else will we need? Well, we're going to be needing glass, but we'll figure that out in a little bit. Also, we're going to need the large cargo containers. And large cargo containers require interior plate. Okay, good. Alright. Now we're going to make a new large ship. There we go. When it turns green, that means it's going to be locking on to whatever we're going to put it next to. So we just want it to lock on to the mining transport. There we go. And now let's start building the chassis for our salvage ship. Alright, we're going to just use light armor blocks for that. There we go. And we'll extend it back a little ways. Let's see here. How long do we want our ship? The bigger we make the ship, the more thrusters we're going to have to put on it, because the heavier the ship will be. So we're going to have to constrain our size a little bit. We don't want it to be too large. Alright, that should be good. Let's now take a look at the large reactor, and that's a large reactor, that's for certain. We're going to have access to it, so I think that'll be fine. Oh, and it's upside down. Of course. Let's place it right side up. Oh no, it is right side up. Derp. Whoops, sorry about that. Okay, now we're going to need to put a little containment area around it. Make it our engineering section, I guess you could say. It is 3 blocks wide, so we're actually going to have the ship be 5 blocks wide. Let's, okay, let's get some sloped armor blocks. Now that we have our reactor in place, we no longer need the reactor in our hotbar. Okay, alright. Let's see here. There we go. That's the correct way I want it. And we're going to flip it and do the exact same on this side. There we go. And now we're going to, let's see here. We need the light armor blocks. We're going to build a frame around our large reactor. Go. And we'll probably put slopes on that. Well, we'll see. Let us... Let me think. Let's see where we can put these large thrusters. We're going to probably want 2 large thrusters on the back. Let's rotate it so that it's the other way. Yep, that's the correct way we want it. And we need steel plate for that. And I do believe we have steel plate. Yep. Oh, perfect. That's right where I wanted it. Oh, doesn't want me to. Doesn't let me place it there. Huh. Am I too close? Yeah, I was just too close. There we go. We'll do the same thing on this side. All right, and then we have room for more thrusters. Let's see. We're going to want the thrusters to kind of form a little wall. Oh, gotta get close enough to place it. There we go. There we go. And I think... yeah, it'll be fine. There we go. Alright, now... okay. So that's going to be our... those are going to be our rear-facing engines. We're also going to need engines that go up, engines that go down, lateral thrust, and retro thrusters. But let's finish blocking out the engineering section, and then we will start work on where we are going to put our large cargo containers. I think that should be enough, because we'll put our gyroscopes there. That'll be enough room for that. Alright. And let's put these armor slopes on the side. I suppose we'll make it one block larger so that we can put in a wall. Alright. And then we can put large. Yeah. Light armor blocks will go fine. Actually. Well, actually, yeah, that's fine. And we'll put the light armor slopes there. There we go. And we'll rotate these, do the same on this side. Alright, and we'll finish off the walls. Whoop. Come on, there we go. Alright, so our engineering section is taking shape. Looks so good so far. And obviously we're going to fill all this in a little bit later. We're just plotting out where everything is going for the moment. Alright. And this one reactor should be more than enough for the amount of thrusters we're going to put on it, so I'm not really worried about not having enough power. And if we do need more power, we can always throw on the small reactors, but I really doubt that we will need any more. Alright, what if we put lateral thrusters right here? I'll rotate them the correct way. Well, not close enough to place them right now. There we go. I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to put them there. I'm going to put them up one and over one. We're going to keep this, the wall of the, or the edge of the ship on this particular line right here. And you know what? I think we can put armor slopes here as well. There we go. Perfect. That's looking good. We'll finish off this. And we can put a roof on it now. Alright. That's looking pretty good. I'm just thinking, where should I put these? We can put... I think that'll be fine. We'll also throw another thruster there. And another thruster. Whoop, there. We'll put some lateral thrusters here. There we go. Looking good. Actually, you know what? That's not a good spot for those because I need to put a... Well, actually, you know what? I'm hemming and hawing about this. I don't know if I should put these thrusters here. Maybe I should put a roof on it first. Yeah, I'll put a roof on it. And I need to refill my energy, but yeah, we're fine for now. I'm not really using any power tools. I say that as I'm holding a grinder. Whoops. Here, what we'll do is we'll put the angle armor right here. We'll put the lateral thrusters elsewhere. There we go. And the reason I'm using angle armor is, well, it doesn't require as much steel plate, it's lighter, and it does look a little bit nicer than just the regular square armor blocks. So, alright, now There should be a cockpit in here somewhere. Yeah, there it is, hiding in there. And we'll just refuel here. Alright. Our ship is kind of sort of taking shape. We got the engineering section figured out. We also have to fit our gyroscopes, and we have to put a door on it. And that'll be it for the engineering section, and then we can move to the medium cargo container, the large cargo containers, where we're going to put those. Alright. Energy's all refilled. Wait, where's the ship? There it is. Alright, you know what, I'll worry about the roof a little bit later. I'm going to put the gyroscopes in right now. Find a place for that. In fact, we can probably just stick them on the side here. Whoops. Rotate them this way? That way. Hey. And I gotta rotate it again because it reset itself. Actually, if I put it there, then I can actually access the panel, so it'll be fine. Put one there, and the other one, keep it like that. And 4 gyroscopes should be more than enough. And now we can throw a door on that. Oops, a door, not a large reactor. And there we go. So that's the engineering section complete. Now let's finish the roof on this. How about we put a... There we go. That'll be good. And we can throw some corner sections on now. We'll take the door off of our hotbar for now. And... Actually, you know what? I'm going to put a regular light armor block there. And then we'll put the corner blocks in. And we'll rotate this. There we go. Alright, so we have thrust going in the rear direction, thrust going up. Now we need thrust going in the... we need retro thrusters, thrust that goes down, and lateral thrusters. But before we do that, let's concern ourselves with where we are going to put the large cargo containers. And let's... There we go. Because we want them to be fairly... We want to be able to access them fairly easily. We are going to keep them on the outside of the ship, or at least sort of. There we go. We want them to be right side up. We'll do the same thing over here. And right side up. Yes, it is. Perfect. Alright. Looking good so far. We have our engineering section. We have our large cargo containers. And we'll throw a couple more of these blocks in. There we go. Make the chassis of the ship a little bit more robust. There we go. Now, should be good. And the cockpit. Alright, I have an idea of what it's going to look like. It's going to be... Yeah, 3 wide is probably good. Alright, it's going to be like that, but we are going to widen the entire ship to 3 wide. There we go. Looking good. Here we go. That there. And we'll use slope armor. There we go. Looking good. We'll put a door in our hotbar. There we go. And now let's build the cockpit itself. You know what? There we go. We're gonna put the driver's seat, or the piloting seat, I suppose, right there. And let's see. We'll do the same thing on the other side, and we're gonna cover this in glass, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna have to grind away this piece and this piece because I want these to be sloped. There we go. Let's see here. We also need to get a gravity reactor in place. So let's take a gravity reactor, put it in our hotbar. Don't need the engine or large engines anymore. Let's rotate it so that it's correct, or it's facing the correct way. There we go. We should be able to access the pad on this side. All right. So now we need to put the windows in our hotbar. Need both of those. We're gonna need a 1x1 flat slope. Probably gonna need, I'm not sure which one of these we're gonna need. Probably that one. Alright. So it's gonna be, we're also going to need just a singular 1x1. We'll take both the regular and the inverse. Alright. I'm gonna rotate this the correct way. Alright, so good so far. And we'll do that the same on this side. Uh-oh. Well, I think we need the inverse on this side. Oops, 7. There we go. Whoops, and it's floating off. Way to go, me. Well, I'm going to place this a little bit later. I'm going to place the window first. To make sure it's the correct way, because I have a tendency of putting these on backwards. There we go. Better. And we're going to want some windows on the floor. Let's see if I can place these correctly. Nope, I want it to be right there. So it actually has to be rotated that way. Yeah, there we go. That's the correct way. This will give us really good visibility in our cockpit. That's the whole idea. Now we need these. There we go. Come on. Place? Do I not have any girders? I must not have any girders. I do have girders. I should be able to place this. Maybe I need... It doesn't say I'm not... Well, we'll figure that out. Maybe... Is it... There we go. I don't know why it wasn't being placed before. Whatever the case is, it's being placed now. Alright. And we'll do one more. Well, let's place these side windows first. There we go. Looking good. We'll put the other one on the other side. Doesn't want to be placed. There we go. Much better. Now we'll place the windows. Well, we'll place these back. Well, we'll put these windows on. And now I need to rotate it the correct way. There we go. And now we can put the... Can I put the angled ones on? Yes, I think I can. Yep. Oh, there we go. Perfect. And now we just need to put the angled glass in right there, and the cockpit will be complete. Oh, I got it. Almost. Oh, I think I'm in the way. That's why we weren't able to place it before, is because I was just simply in the way. There we go. Cockpit's complete, I think. Nope, missed this one. Of course I did. There we go. Now the cockpit's complete. Now we need to finish the thruster placement on this. Let's put the thrusters back in our hotbar. We'll also put the light armor and light armor slopes on our hotbar as well. And we'll put the landing pads back in our hotbar. So, the landing pads are gonna go... Whoops. They're gonna go here. But we're going to rotate them that way. There we go. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to be able to dock with ships pretty easily. I think we put them right here. There we go. Now let's finish the thruster placement on this. How about we put some lateral thrust here? There we go. Yep, I'm in the way. Of course. There we go. Looking good. Got 2 lateral thrusters. Now we need thruster that go down in the Y direction. And we need retro thrusters then. Well, we can put a couple more lateral thrusters in here. Do the same thing on the other side. Nope. Too far away. Looking good. Well, sort of. And let's now put the... Oh, I have an idea. We will... Nope, had it for a second there, and is it... Nope. Which way do we need to rotate this? Oh, there we go. And we're going to put retro thrusters right here. They shouldn't damage anything. They should be far enough away. Put retro thrusters there, do the same thing on the other side, and then just thrusters that go down in the Y direction, and we will be set. I think that's correct. And it is. You know what? You can put the thrusters that go down right here. Boom. Done. We might want to put more retro thrusters on it. More than just 2. Well, we'll see how it performs. If we need more than 2, we'll put more than 2 on. But for now, that'll be good. And to make... You know, I said that we completed the cockpit, but we never put glass on the top. I'll finish that later. Now to finish the design, we'll have a little spine running all the way through the ship on the top as well. So we'll replace this with a... Nope, not with a thruster, with just these blocks. Regular light armor blocks. And I'm low on energy again. Now, of course. And you know what? That needs to be a light armor block. See if I can rotate this correctly. Nope. I fail. There we go. Good, good, good. And that's going to be another light armor slope, but in a different direction. There we go. Yeah, I might change that, but I think this is going to be the basic design. I'm going to finish this in a time lapse, so let me refuel my suit, and then we'll cue the music. So, see you guys when we're done. Alright folks, and we're done. As you can see, I did change up the design a little bit. I decided to make the cockpit only one block high as far as the glass goes. And I decided to add thrusters on top here. I decided to also change the aesthetic of this a little bit, so it gives it a little bit more of a sleek design. But this should be a fairly nice salvage slash transport ship because the cargo containers are right on the outside, easy to access, and also fairly easy to dock. You just get close to whatever you're landing next to, clamp, and there should be more than enough thrusters to take care of anything that we want to stop or control where it goes. This isn't a space tug, but it should have enough thrusters to do the job. And it also does have a gravity generator on it, but because there's a gravity generator there, it will kind of alter the gravity field, so we're going to have to move out of range of that. And this is what it looks like from the cockpit. Pretty good visibility all the way around. And let's get a third-person view. I did remove the bottom landing gear because we don't really need it. And let's see how fast this thing goes. It moves at a decent rate. Not bad at all. One interesting thing I noticed, off in the distance you see a private sail. It's just drifting out there at 70 kilometers out there, so maybe we'll take a look at that sometime. But I'm not in any rush to do so, because 70 kilometers is quite a ways to go, especially when you can only go 100 kilometers or 100 meters per second. Alright. Well, I suppose we can actually take a look at the rest of the ship. Let's fly it from the first-person perspective. Alright. Where's our home base? There it is. Alright, well, let's leave the cockpit, turn off our jetpack because we don't really need it on right now, and let's just take a look around the ship. I decided to make a white and blue paint scheme. And here's our big old nuclear reactor with some uranium in it. We had some uranium from back at the home base that we decided to fuel it with, and we still have more back at the home base, so we're not in any need to go mining uranium. But let's take a look around the entire ship. I like that design. Anyhow, we will have to go use this next episode. Maybe we'll go dock with one of these cargo ships that spawn in, or maybe a military ship that spawns in, and we'll part it out for all of its good parts. Alright, let's fly this back to our base. Let's go back to the home base. And we'll dock it in our big ship docking port that we built a couple episodes ago. And 4 gyroscopes is doing the trick. I mean, it's certainly no fighter craft, but it's more than enough. And with the extra retro thrusters, it does stop fairly quickly. Let's see here. And I'm gonna pass up the... I think I went in for landing a little bit too hot, but I'm still getting used to the control of the ship. Alright, this is gonna be a bit awkward, but we'll make it work. I'll try not to crash too, because I do have a tendency of doing that. Alright. I could use a little bit more lateral thrusters. Let's get a third-person view on that. Looks like I was perilously close to that rock, so... Alright. Let's go down a little bit. And maybe it could use a couple more maneuver thrusters. I just realized my landing gear placement is off. I'm gonna have to fix that. I'll do that off camera. Let's see here. How close are we? Not that close. Uh-oh. I'm gonna crash? Nope, we're good. In fact, you know what? Meh, close enough. Yeah, I'll get better at landing eventually. Or at least I hope. Alright, well that's going to be it for this episode. If you guys have any comments or suggestions for me to do, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I always read them. Alright, thank you folks for watching. I will see you guys next time.